friends were like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you tattooing his name on your ass when you're not with him? And I said, because this is his ass. If he ever comes back for it, I'm gonna give it to him. And anybody I'm with needs to know. So I'm putting it there. So if it happens, they already know it's his. And my friends were like, you are crazy. I was like, I do not care. That's just what it is. I know that's what it is, right? So I go meet him in San Luis Obispo. I walk into the hotel, like we were so happy to see each other.
I got a fly-ass room.
It was amazing.
Fly view, right on the beach.
Yes. So, it's that time. I take off my clothes, and then I just turn and walk away from him. He goes, what is that? And then I was like, take a closer look. And he was like, that's my name. You put my name on your ass? And I was like, yes, because it's yours. It's always been yours. It's always going to be yours. And I don't know what's going to happen with us, but that's just what it is.
You know what, man? There are a lot of brothers out here stunting on the gram, the book, the tube with a woman. Giving her the world, buying her the bags, and she's not even his. There are a lot of men that are married, kids, annual vacations. Let's buy the homes, let's buy the cars, let's do the things with the woman that's really not even his, man. And the thing is, as a man, you have to be able to identify, certain traits in a woman to know that if she's in your life, in the right manner, or if she's really still attached to somebody from her past. It's a real thing, brothers. But before we get into that, man, I definitely want to talk about today's sponsor, brother, Tiege Hanley. I'm gonna tell you this, man. There was a point in time where I looked at, a man taking care of his skin, and I was just like, nah, that's just not for me. And so one day, man, I was dating a sister. It's been some years ago, a couple years ago. I was dating a sister, man, and she was just rubbing my face, man. She was like, you know what? Like cute. She said, but your skin is dry. I said, what, bro? So I started, trying lotions and all kind of overnight, and it helped a little bit, brother. But I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't until I tried Tiege Hanley, man, till my skin just started breathing and came back alive. So I understand, man, how brothers are like, you know what? I see the skincare regimens. I see how it can change your life, but I'm really not sold. I'm telling you, brother, it's game changing. Confidence through the roof. The ladies respond differently. It's game changing, brothers. So I'm proud to partner with Tiege Hanley on today's video. Believe me, man, Tiege Hanley is the truth. You've heard me talk about them before, and you're going to be hearing me talk about them for a long time because I know the positive impact they've had on my life. Seriously, I don't think some of you brothers believe me when I tell you how much implementing a quality skincare routine will improve confidence in all areas of your life. Tiege Hanley makes taking care of your skincare uncomplicated. They provide you with all the products that you need and nothing you don't. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer. Oh, and to make it simple for guys like us, they provide this instruction card in every box that tells you how and when to use each product. It definitely comes in clutch. Skincare wasn't something I always took seriously, brothers, but now I wish I would have sooner. But you don't have to take my word for it, brothers. There are over 5,000 5-star reviews from customers around the globe. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off of retail price, access to exclusive monthly deals, the ability to pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click the first link in the description box and you'll get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. Don't miss out on this amazing deal. Click that link and get started today. Like I said, brothers, she will always be attached to some man. And the thing is, your job is to make sure you're him. Because if not, man, you'll go through a number of years, man, having unfulfilled relationships, brothers. And the thing is, it can look different ways. Like you can have some women that could have had an ex from the past, and and they really don't want to deal with them anymore, so they leave them and they do something else, and they meet guys and have meaningful relationships and have sincere intentions. But for some reason, man, she could never really get a connection with that man. So she goes her separate ways, and she meets another man, has the same scenario, meets another man, has the same scenario. And in between time, brother, in between those breakups, she's going back to deal with the Cletuses and Creflos that she's attached to. You know what I'm saying? She's still attached to that one brother, not knowing that that's what's hindering all of her relationships, right? So it can look like that. On the other end, man, it can look completely different. You can have some women that are married to men, right? Children, the perfect scenario. Love that man, faithful to that man, will never step out on that man. And the thing is, she will still never be able to fully be present with him, because on a spiritual level, she's not even there. I'm telling you, brother, this is common. And I'm saying this, and a lot of you brothers can identify with it, because either you've been in a situation with a woman and she felt you could feel that energy, or you've been that guy that has an ex that's gone her own way, but you're still connected. Think about this, brother. And we got to keep it real with ourselves. There's been points in my life where I knew a woman that I dealt with from my past was in a relationship. I hadn't talked to her in, I don't know, several months, several years. And I knew that if I picked that phone up and we made some kind of connection, that something would come from that. That there will be a bond from that. That there will be there might be a hookup from that. I'm telling you, a lot of you men understand what I'm saying. A lot of you men have women in your lives that are connected to you, and you can see them out on the gram going through the motion, maybe even getting married, and you like, bro, like she's just going through the motion. A lot of you sisters can identify with what I'm saying. A lot of you sisters have men in your lives that you love, that you're saying, you know what, like I really love this man. I think I could be with him the long way. But you're still connected to somebody from your past. And women talk about all this, Reiki and there are other techniques to get rid of it. And I don't know about that, but it's a process. It's an actual connection with another person. And I'm telling you, this is common. And I'm telling you, men, you have to be able to identify this in a woman, because the last thing you want is to be with a woman that's connected with somebody else. And this is kind of what, when people talk about the whole body count conversation, that's almost another conversation. But when you're talking about what it stems to is that just the more situations a woman has been in, the more likelihood is she's not going to be connected to you. That's really what it comes down to. And to be honest, man, when a woman has, this is just me keeping it real, when a woman has so many connections after connections after connections, which is really what we're seeing in today's world, it gets to the point, man, where she's unbondable. Unbondable. Like, it's to the point where she can love a man, but she has so many men that she's connected to in her past that her emotionally, she's just scattered. She can't even fully connect to a man. This is a real thing, brothers. And the thing is, it's almost hard to identify that now, because just the way the world is, there aren't many women that haven't had a number of sexual encounters or a number of bonds with guys. That's rare nowadays. So it's really hard to tell. But I'll tell you this, brothers. If you ever meet a woman, for example, I'll just throw out a scenario. If a woman gets married, let's say if a woman gets married early, whether 20, 21, and she stayed married for 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, and she's been with this one man, right? And for some reason, they have a divorce. They go separate ways, and at some point, she's completely over this guy. If that woman is ever able to bond to another man, brother, it's an experience. Like, I'll say this, man. If you can ever bond with a woman that hasn't had a lot of connections in her life, brother, you can actually see firsthand the beauty of how a relationship is supposed to be, brother. But society is so contaminated, man, that it's hard to even see that nowadays, brother. All I'm saying is she will be attached to somebody, man. She will be attached to somebody, or she might be to the point where she can no longer attach, right? But the thing is this: how do you know if your woman is attached to you or if she's still attached to somebody from her past? That's what you got to know, guys. And the thing is, it's all about connection versus attraction. And I made a video about this, man. I don't know how, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, 3, I don't know. I made a video about this and broke it down. The difference between connection and attraction. But I'm gonna tell you this: if you want to be in a long-term relationship with a woman, marriage, or you have to ensure this woman is connected to you and not just there based on attraction. I'm gonna say it again. You have to make sure this woman is connected to you and not just based on attraction. And what I mean by that is, like a woman can, for example, if a woman comes into your life and she's all about, okay, I need to figure out what this man can do for me. Where you gonna take me? What we gonna do? What can you do for me? Most of the time, a woman in that energy is still connected to something from the past. She's connected to some no good man from the past, or some man that got away and got married, but she's still connected. So any kind of relationship she's in, it has to be a pure exchange of what can you do for me. But if you get a woman that's connected, brother, you will have a part of her essence. She will literally attach her essence to you. And one trait that I know that you can really see this in a woman is when a woman wants to spend time with you, it's simply about spending time with you. It's simply about, like, we don't have to do nothing. We can just sit there and in a room, or we can just go to a park and talk all day. When a woman wants to be with you on that level, brother, she's connecting with you. If she's not connected, she's attempting to connect with you. She's available to be connected with. I'm telling you, bro, it's a real thing, because I see a lot of men with women, and the thing is, they feel like they have to always be doing something. Like, I gotta be entertaining her. I gotta be buying her this. I gotta be doing something, or she's gonna be gone. Brother, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Any woman that you constantly have to be pouring dollar bills down her throat, or taking her this at all times, like, she can't never just sit her ass down and say, you know what? I just want to be in your presence. I just want to feel your masculinity. I just want to be in the same room with you. She's connecting with you, brother. Even the women that are on the ground talking about, a man got to do all this. Some man ain't got to do it. There's a man on the planet that doesn't have to do all that. And that's who she's attracted to. And you have to understand, man, like the lady in the clip. She said, you know what? I was talking to all these guys, and I'm not saying she was out dotting around. She was probably out having some, meaningful, maybe semi-committed relationships. Talking to guys, and that's who she's dating. But she said it's always going to be his. Like, she said, I just need him to know, I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care what he's doing. It's always going to be his. Like, I got his name tattooed on my ass. And all I'm saying is this, man. There are some women that you are in long-term relationships with that still has a man tattooed on her. Tattooed on her being. Tattooed on her spirit. And I'm telling you, man, she's always going to be attached to some other man. Brothers, don't forget about the amazing deal at Tiege Hanley. Click that link and get started today.